You're not about that life, champ. I can see it.
Oh. Game over, man. Game over.
He runs to the 50. He runs to the 40. The guy is drunk.
Come on. Playoffs? You kidding me?
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it. I want winners.
Here we go.
Play to win the game.
That was one heck of a timeout.
I mean, listen, we talking about practice.
Ron is in trouble. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
B.A. Hunter Sarcastically Speaking About Sports podcast.
Mm-hmm. I'm laughing because when you say there's so many joke thieves, I'm remembering a story where a dwarf comic came up to me before one of my shows, and said like, "Hey, it was at Pepperbellys."
You're gonna be doing the midget bit because I kind of do the
Pepperbellys in Fairfield, California. Guy goes up and does pretty much a lot of my first album,
really,
and then comes off stage, and I'm like, and I'm just kind of staring at him, and there's dwarf jokes, and then there's like, no, that was the dwarf joke that I wrote, like
right.
that. Like,
right.
It's not just the perspective. I've had Little People comics open for me before, and we're fine.
Right.
Like we could talk. There's a great comic, dwarf comic in Houston, Texas, named Clinton. This is his real last name, I promise you. Clinton Shorter.
Perfect.
God's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like he's opened for me twice, and we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, there was one comic that opened for me that did my act.
And what'd you do?
I just kind of looked at him and said, "Oh, you said you were a big fan?" He goes, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious.
Right.
And he didn't get it. He didn't understand that he literally just did my act.
Did he know he did it?
I don't think he did.
Huh.
It's weird.
Sarcastically speaking about sports. I'm pretty sure you're probably saying to yourself, what in the fuck was that? It's an excerpt from Mark Maron's What the Fuck podcast, where he's interviewing comedian Brad Williams, who I don't know if he said his name or who he was, but he's a comic who's a little person, a dwarf, and the reason it's significant, at least to me, is because he mentioned Pepperbellys Comedy Club in Fairfield, which is gone, burnt down. But that was my home club for a lot of years. And anytime I'm listening to any podcast or anything that he mentioned Pepperbellys, of course my ears are going to perk up. But you hear him, he's talking about a joke thief, person stealing his material. And at first when I hear Pepperbellys, I'm like, oh shit. And then he goes on to say, yeah, I had another dwarf little person open up for me. And you heard him. He did half his act. And when he first said it, it didn't register. But then I'm like, holy shit. Because I know exactly who he was talking about. I was going to take that excerpt and put it up on Facebook and say, hey, look, check it out. Look, Pepperbellys being mentioned. But when my mind started working, I'm like, yeah, man, no, I don't think I really want to do anything like that, man. Because let's think about this. I mean, the whole concept of stealing another comic's material it sucks. It does, it sucks. But you cut both both ways, because one thing about material is there's no subject that hasn't been broached so far. And look, I'm not talking as like I know anything. I haven't done stand-up in like a year, so hey, I'm just speaking from my experiences in the past. On one hand, I'm kind of like, well, when you're first starting out writing, you're writing about yourself, what you know. And they're both little people, so maybe their experiences were the same or similar. I don't know. I'm not going to say the comic's name, but I don't think that he would go out of his way to like lift another guy's material. Maybe he unknowingly, inadvertently, because I think we all do that. You especially when you're first starting, because I remember this guy. He rose pretty quick because he started, and let's be realistic. Like, he was a bit of a novelty, you know. The minute he got up there, people were going, oh, look, it's a little person telling jokes, haha. So he got put on shows, and I think he was on the fast track for a while, but I don't think he even does stand up anymore. I think he stopped. He met a woman, got married, has kids now, but it's early on. You're still trying to figure out who you are. So there's a part of me that doesn't. I don't think that he did it intentionally. I've done jokes and then realized or listened and saw people saying, when I first started, I was doing this bit, just saying. I'm not even going to do the bit, but I was doing a bit everywhere, and I did the bit at a place, I think it was at the Comedy Spot in Sacramento. Very, very love that place. Haven't been there in a while, but love that place. Did a set there, did that bit. You know, end of the night I'm leaving, and I get a message from somebody, and it's a person, and it's a comment say, hey, look, you're in this, you're doing stand up, you're in the community, and apparently you're doing a joke that's similar to my joke, and I have it on a record, I mean on a disc, and I'm just saying, I think it would be awkward if we go, and me being new in the game, I'm like, oh shit, wow. My first inclination was, oh, somebody up in the spot saw me and called him up and said, but he said that he'd heard it a couple times before. Well, again, I'm new, so I'm like, and my first, when I'm reading the thing and I'm thinking, okay, he says, look, you've been doing this. I have it on a record. He's basically saying, look, step off, man. This is my bit, you know. And me, I don't want to be known as a fucking joke hack, and I didn't steal it from the guy. It was just it was a couple of words I was just saying. So I was like, hey, you know what, dude? Hey, I'm not married to the bit. You've got it on wax. Hey, cool. And I was done. But there was a part of me that felt good because I'm a guy that's new, that's starting out, and I'm doing something, and apparently it made the guy, he thought enough. I was significant enough for him to actually have to do something. So I thought, wow, that's kind of cool. That's the way I thought it was. I remember I saw the individual on Facebook put a post up, and I saw him talk about how, yeah, I had the situation, same joke, reached out to the guy. He's like, and you know, much to my delight, it wasn't a problem at all. The guy didn't make a big deal. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. So I almost wonder within that situation is if it just, you know, I don't know. I just, like I said, when it all began, I just like the fact that they mentioned Pepperbellys. God, I miss that place. Fucking man. Yeah, because the thing was, I had gotten to the point at Pepperbellys to where they were letting me actually put on my own shows. And the place fucking burns down. And I remember, too, after when that happened, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I was just kind of like, whatever, hey, I'll figure something else out, dude. You know, you can't imagine when you have a comedy club that's like right in your backyard. I mean, you could have that as your home club. I mean, since then, I feel like I've kind of drifted from stand-up to some degree since the place burnt down. And there was talks of bringing it back, but nah, it never. They demolished the building and turned because there was the actual club, but then next to it was a bar where we used to do the open mic. That place stayed open, and it turned into like a cupcake shop. Go figure. But yeah, long live Pepperbellys.
Okay, so during yesterday's First Take, we learned Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson has been accused of sexual assault in a third civil lawsuit. The lawsuit accuses Watson of forcing a massage therapist to perform oral sex on him in December 2020. The massage therapist says she felt intimidated and threatened, that Watson repeatedly made clear that he could help or hurt her career, and that she did not consent to the oral sex. These are the developments from later on Thursday. Now, Houston attorney Tony Busby says there are now nine total cases against Watson, and this morning we learned of a seventh lawsuit that has been filed. NFL spokesman Brian McCarthy said that the matter is under review as part of the league's personal conduct policy. Busby told ESPN that the police have already reached out, and we will be sending a package with information related to all 9 cases to the police. Houston police declined to comment, and the DA's office said it has yet to receive any information on the matter. Busby posted to Instagram images of messages that he indicated were between Watson and 2 of the women, and Busby will hold a news conference today in Houston At 3:30 p.m. Eastern, Watson denied allegations in the first civil suit. That was on Tuesday, but he has not commented since then.
So look, this has been going on for what, a week now? I mean, when that report came out, there were what, like 9 supposed victims? Now there's fucking 22? 22 women are accusing this dude. Look, I usually don't like to jump into the whole conspiracy theory thing, or look, they're trying to the system's trying to hold him down, but dude, this smells fishy to me. I mean, it's almost like, how come none of these accusations came out when he signed the $150 million whatever deal he signed at the beginning of the season? But they've come out now that he's made it clear that he doesn't want to play there anymore. He wants to be traded. It's like, because he doesn't want to fucking step and fetch like a franchise quarterback is supposed to do, he's being punished. It's like, dude, seriously? Because here, check this out. I found out another little interesting fucking tidbit. Like, over half of these women that are accusing him are represented by a lawyer that's friends with the owner of the Houston Texans. Is that a fucking coincidence? Nah, man. I think Deshaun Watson is I think he's getting railroaded to some degree. They're going to fuck up his reputation. It's like, look, if you're not going to play here and play by our rules, this is what's going to happen to you. And now it's irreversible damage. And like I said, and you know what? All right, I know the first thing that people are going to say, hey, look, you can't. Look, they're victims. They need to be respected. Yeah, I get all that, but it's just the timing. The timing is completely fucked off. I don't agree. I don't agree. I think it's because he decided to open his mouth. I mean, now what the fuck's he going to do? He's got to settle some of them out of court. Got the money, that's for sure. You know what, Deshaun Watson, I'm with you, especially if you could sign with my Denver Broncos. Not just saying.
Au contraire, my little fish stick. He knows exactly what it's like to lose someone he loves. You know, like a father, like a mother, like an adopted son. Isn't that right, Batman? That smelly old...
So that was excerpt from Justice League Snyder Cut. Zack Snyder recuts a 3-year-old movie. Apparently, he was making the movie and then something happened in his family and he dropped out. And what's his Josh Whedon steps in and puts it out. It's considered a flop. I liked it, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was that fucking bad. But I started watching the Snyder Cut. Well, here's the first thing. It's 4 fucking hours. 4 hours. So they've chopped it up, I think, into 4 parts. I'm on part 2. And I can already see from the onset, all it basically is they call it a Snyder Cut, but it's a director's cut. It's a director's cut of it. It adds all, and you can see where they just chopped a bunch of stuff out of it to make it more appeasing to people. But when you, like, it's just a whole bunch of fluff in it, but it's fluff that makes it better. If you watched, what did he make? What was the one with the comedian and Watchmen? Yeah, there was the original Watchmen, then the director's cut, which it shows you all this extra shit. And, you know, to be quite honest with you, I've kind of figured that. I came into that thinking recently with movies. It's where I watch, I'll have a movie that I like, and then I watch the director's cut, and it opens up so much more. They cut parts of the storyline out because what they're trying to do is they're trying to trim it down and make it more palatable to the mouth-breathing masses. That's what all it is. So, yeah, Snyder Cut. I don't remember who it was, but somebody put them on Facebook and they put the Snyder Cut and they showed a picture of Snyder from one day at a time. Made me spit my fucking soda. It was pretty funny. So yeah, check it out. Justice League Snyder Cut. Here's another one.
You sure about this? remember what happened to the Irish.
Italians, they're the past. We're the future. They just don't know it yet.
We're the goddamn Roman Empire.
Hey!
They still control trucking, the unions, railroad.
I see you've met my daughter.
Your daughter?
The one and only.
Oh, yeah. Now I see it. Huh.
We need to move now, before they get their heads on straight. This is what you call a transition of power. What are they? Decorative?
A warning to the other rats.
This is America, sir. Last time I checked, not Soviet Russia.
I'm teaching him how the world works.
And how's that?
It's dog eat dog.
That's how dogs work. A little more complicated.
You got any bennies, zoomers, little chicken powder? I've had a world-class day. Holy Christmas.
Give me some.
Well, for years and years,
what the devil are you two up to?
they say that money has been
Being outlaws.
the root of all evil to a lot of men.
Girl, you got a panty on your head.
If a man's pud need a tug, would this be the place for said tugging? Can we just skip to the chase?
Now money is short, time
If
is
you
long.
like the setup, you're gonna love the punchline.
Are we good? You tell me.
Yeah, we're good.
Men, always acting so Humphrey Bogart.
I don't know when you got to go.
I'm gonna slow pump some babies into your daughter one at a time and twice on Sundays. You got a funny way of talking.
I'm from Minnesota, land of 1,000 lakes.
Yeah, I know. That was long and overdue, and you didn't need all that, but I don't give a fuck, okay? That excerpt's from Fargo, season 4. I'd been hearing about the show for years, and then started really hearing about season 4 while I was laid up from the butt cut incident. And I kept hearing it. You see it on social media, people talking about it. And so I thought to myself, I'm going to check that shit out. But I decided I wanted to, check it out from the beginning, catch up. Well, what I've come to find out is Fargo's an anthology. Every season is different. So I didn't really even need to watch the first 3 seasons. I watched the first 2. The third one I couldn't fuck with. It was just too much for me. Then I turned this one on the other day. I have one more episode and I'm done with it. And all I can say, it is a fucking masterpiece. Fucking masterpiece. See, this is the reason, it's shows like this on cable, on stream, whatever, that make, network TV shows are bullshit. Everything about this shit, it's a fucking master. It's one of the best shows I've seen in a long fucking time. I'd give it 5 headhunters out of 5. I mean, ensemble, cast, it's got humor, it's got drama, it's got suspense. Some of the shots are it has everything. And the crazy thing is that they based this off of the movie Fargo. And I guess the Coen brothers executive produced it, and it's some other guy who writes and directs most of them, but not all of them. I gotta look this guy's name up, because if he's putting movies out, I've definitely got to watch him. Fargo is the there's so many people, the only problem I have is sometimes I just don't feel like Chris Rock is believable as a mafia head. A guy in charge. His voice is a bit too high pitched for me. But then again, that's what's part of it. Then you got the guy on the other side, the little short dude. Who is it? The short kid. What's his name? Silverman or Slutzman? Or all I know is he's Rocky Balboa's wife's son in real life. Yeah, look that shit up. But yeah, if you don't know something about Fargo, now you know. You don't even need to ask somebody. I just told you. Fargo. NFL free agency is in full fucking effect, and obviously last week we saw Dak got his fucking money. I mean, he's at the top of the list. We re-signed 4 years, $160 million. I'm looking at a tracker here. Look at this, Leonard Williams. What is he? Defensive lineman, 3 years, $63 million. Chris Godwin, the Bucks. They just stamped him with the franchise tag to keep him. But apparently he wanted to stay there. I don't give a fuck about Brandon Scherf because he plays for the Washington football team. Fucking Trent Williams, outside tackle. Niners signed him 6 years, $138. Fuck. Shaq Barrett of those Tampa Bay Bucks. 4 years, $72 million. Damn. Allen Robinson, wide receiver. Bears. Franchise tag. My man, Justin Simmons, Broncos safety, all-pro safety. First, they put the franchise tag, but I think they signed him to a 4-year extension, locking him up. Taylor Morton, an outside tackle for the Panthers. I don't give a fuck about him. Kenny Gallard for the what was it, Lions wide receiver. Oh, look, 4 years, $72 million to the Giants. Doesn't matter. Your quarterback stinks. You're gonna be running routes, but at least you're gonna be getting fucking paid. Looks like Hunter Henry. Oh, damn, tight end. Damn, signed with the fucking with the Patriots. 3 years, it's $37.5 million. A lot of these dudes I don't really give a fuck about. I'm just gonna keep look at this. Marcus Williams, franchise tag. I don't even know what the fuck is safety. Let's see, Levante, John Johnson. Is that even a real fucking person? Curtis Samuels, wide receiver. He goes to the football team. 3 years, $35.5. Who's their quarterback? Who's the quarterback of the Washington football team? Because they let Alex Smith go. That motherfucker needs to retire. Aaron Jones. Oh yeah, running back. He got paid 4 years, $48 million. Good for him, man. Good for him. Edge rusher, Bud Dupree. Damn, he got 5 years, $85 million. G'd up, nigga. Juju Smith-Schuster. That dude's fucking overrated. 1 year, $8 million. Yeah, that's the biggest payday you're gonna see in a while, my friend. Ooh, Matt Judon. Oh shit! Only reason I know about him is for the Baltimore Ravens because I use them on Madden. Oh damn, he's going to the Patriots. 4 years, $56 million. Yeah, they said that the Patriots was spending money. Shaquille Griffin, that's the other brother. Is that the one-armed brother? Yeah, cornerback. Damn, he got 3 years, $40 million. Good for him. Gronkowski, they re-signed this fuck another year for a $10 million. I saw Patrick Peterson. Will Fuller. That wide receiver. It's fucking always hurt. Went to the Dolphins. This is your 1 year to be announced. I didn't even mention your name. Jameis Winston. Look at him, man. 1 year. Re-signed with the Saints. I thought and then they signed that other dude, the gimmick quarterback to some large ass fucking deal. Look at Clowney. Unsigned. Still with the Titans. Xavier Rhodes. Sammy Watkins, unsigned. Oh yeah, Kenyon Drake, 2 years, $14.5 to the Raiders. Russell Okung has been in the league forever. Nelson Aguilar, he went to the Saints, 2 years, $26 million. Patriots. They're fucking spending some money. What else do we got here? Cam Robinson, don't know who that is. Richard Jefferson. Sherman, hadn't been signed yet. No, Alden Smith. Andy Dalton went from the Cowboys, signed a 1 year deal with the Bears, and I believe Trubisky actually signed to be Buffalo's backup. He's probably happy. He's on here. I don't see it yet. This list I think is kind of old. Yeah, running through it, I don't. There's a bunch of names, but not Antonio Brown hadn't been signed yet. Yeah, Fournette unsigned. Yeah, there's probably some names on here that are missing that I have not seen yet, but free agency is not over yet, man. NFL, baby. NFL.
You like that coat you wearing? The food you eating? How about you, Your Majesty? You like the view from your room? Your fancy blankets? Where do you think all that comes from? The razor's edge. What? We supposed to get rich and stay rich? How? By saying our prayers? The boy went to the club and the bulls lit him up. You act like that can't happen just walking down the street. Acting like I'm the villain, when all I do is fight for this family. You don't like how it's going? You scared to take the risk? Too bad. We on the ride now, and we can't get off till the roller coaster stops.
Had to revisit because, yes, I finished it. Finished fucking Fargo. Fucking, mwah. Why do people do that? It's a fucking masterpiece, man. Masterpiece. The way it ended, tied it all up, his son, everybody got murked. Spoiler alert, everybody gets killed. Dude. Was it Noah Hawley is the guy's name? Oh, I'm looking his shit up, man. Fargo was the shit. Sarcastic speaking about whatever the fuck I want. Good night. Good day. Goodbye, sir. Good day, sir. I want that one.
You lose. Good day, sir. Good day, sir. Good day, sir.
That's at Headhunter Productions. You don't know nothing about that. Headhunter. Headhunter, son.